DJ, I know how you feel. You know how you mourn your loss. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm mourning loss 2, 3, 4, 5 days.
What in the?
Oh, this nigga.
Oh, look at this. Wow. Hey, Mo, life's different when you win.
Hey,
I know what you listen. I got Latinas bringing me, you know what I'm saying, sausage. Hey, life's different when you winning.
Hey, you said late.
Hey, go ahead, do the show. Y'all, hey, I should have never let me win. I'm acting different. Y'all do the show. I'll chime in.
Welcome to Start with the Facts. Yo, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. This is Start with the Facts. I'm your host, Maurice Claret, and you are joined with me and the crew. It is a Tuesday, and we are talking NFL football, but the entire crew is in the house. We have Brother Germ.
What up?
All right, Will, come on, make sure you the fucking gloves getting in the way, man.
You're trying to produce with mittens on.
Hey, you got some isotoners on today, y'all.
Hey, look,
the Moj gloves.
Hey, he's supposed to be hitting the joints.
Buttons. He missing the buttons. Crazy work. Come on, Will.
I'm trying to look on the teleprompter to see if Germ gonna pop up. This thing got these big ass gloves. It's fucking 40 degrees outside. He got some fucking winter mids on.
But it's 80 degrees in here. So I've been wanting to ask you that since you walked in, but I was going to save it till you hit record. So, Will, what's up with the gloves?
It's fashion. Oh, hold on. He got it's two things I didn't realize.
I'm trying to be too fly.
No, so DJ, hold on. I look, I know I'm still mourning my loss, right? But Will got the camera on him. That's why. So he got the camera, so he had to get the glove. I didn't even recognize. Look,
You know what I'm saying, baby? You know what I'm saying, baby?
Yeah, there you go, DJ. That's the coolest producer in the world, guys.
Right.
Isotoners on while he produces the show. That's crazy.
Hey, look. So then, hold the fuck up. Hold on. Look. So we got these cameras. I've been in the back for like 2 months now, right? Nigga been telling me you need to go buy new cameras. I said, Will, I paid like $3,000 for these cameras. These cameras gotta fit for a fucking podcast, right? So the other day, this nigga in the back, doodling with the camera, he done took the $3,000 camera and put it on the shelf. Hey, look. Hey, it's all, you know what? Well, I ain't even mad at you. I love you, but look, matter of fact, fuck this nigga. Look, this is the reason we lost, DJ.
Yeah.
How will you lose? You just need excuses. Will is my excuse. Ever since the nigga came over my house for Thanksgiving, nigga brought that spirit of losing in my crib, man.
It's that, it was that hat. It was that goddamn giveaway.
You know what? You got to wear those gloves for the rest of the year. I told this nigga last week, he tried to touch my hand. I said, Will, keep that loser energy inside, like over there. And ever since that nigga touched my hand, I went to Indy. And I touched Ryan Day, and Ryan Day probably touched other niggas. That's what happened. So, that's crazy.
Too late. It's out in the universe. Hey, Germ. Some pause you can't take back. That one out in the universe.
Hey,
I'll try to
on
help
the internet forever.
That's the reason we lost, because of this nigga. I'm telling you that. So Buckeye Nation, it was Will and that motherfucking what was that? What you call it? The charity giveaway? No, the tailgate giveaway.
Yeah, that tailgate giveaway.
Yeah, he got the tailgate giveaway hat.
His daddy's hat.
Like I didn't got out the shower, forgot to put deodorant on over here. Like, damn, I forgot about that. But hey, look, DJ, I know how you feel. You know how you mourn your loss. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm mourning loss 2, 3, 4, 5 days.
What in the?
Oh, this nigga.
Oh, look at this.
Wow. Hey, Mo, life's different when you win.
Hey,
I know what you listen. I got Latinas bringing me, you know what I'm saying, sausage. Hey, life's different when you winning.
Hey, you said late.
Hey, go ahead, do the show. Y'all, hey, I should have never let me win. I'm acting different. Y'all do the show. I'll chime in.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, I got the same clothes on for 4 days. I'm in deep depression. I ain't even lie. Look, So usually I care about what I wear on the show. I said, man, fuck this show. We lost.
Hey Mo, look, it's all your mindset.
Hey.
It's 82 degrees, and I got on our championship jacket. It's all mindset. Dude, look how quickly our mindsets change.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, Brian, you take the show. This is how I'm feeling. This, whatever.
It's just whatever. All right.
It's just whatever.
We're going to talk a little NFL today. So we're going to talk about the Eagles going on the road last night to L.A. Chargers win in overtime. I watched every play of the first half and wildly entertaining. Just turnovers left and right. Jalen Hurts in one sequence threw an interception, got the ball back, then proceeded to fumble it. And the Hurts haters are absolutely out in full force this morning.
That was the first time in history.
On one
First time in history where somebody turned the ball over 2 times in one play.
3 times. It was 3 times.
Well,
So,
one
no, so
player.
One player. But because
yeah.
the defense was that the defensive lineman who caught the interception.
We was watching it.
Yeah, we
the
did.
defensive lineman caught the interception.
And then
He fumbled it.
Then he got the ball stripped from him, and then
Hurts got it back. Then he fumbled it.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It was quite the sequence, yeah.
It was 5 turnovers.
6 in the first half.
6, but 5 in 11 plays.
11 plays.
Oh, it's 5 and 11 plays.
5 in 11 plays. It was wild. We were sitting there like, what is going on? It was madness.
Yeah, well, I think that's the. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, outside of a ton of turnovers in the first half, Chargers get a win, looking good. Playoffs feel secure. Eagles are reeling. That's three in a row. Eagles have a pretty favorable schedule the rest of the season, so I don't think the Eagles are out by any means. But I don't know. Open it up to you guys. What are the takeaways? Whether it's the NFC playoff picture, Hurts, in his performance. What's your big takeaways?
I'll go. I think Hurts is gonna catch it because he's gonna catch the hate because he's the quarterback. And when you throw 4 interceptions and you have a fumble, right? He had like 5 turnovers himself. You're going to catch some heat behind that. But I think the one that should catch the heat is A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown been whining all year. This dude, the last 3 games, they have dropped, but he has over 100 yards receiving in each game, but they lost. But in this game, he had an opportunity at the end of the game to seal the deal. 16-16 at the end of the game. Hurts threw a beautiful pass to him. Right in the end zone, hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it. So I think at the end of the day, he should be the one catching all the heat. That's my take for that game. That's what stood out to me.
Well, it's a team game. So
And he blew it.
At the end of the game, he deserved the heat. But
You know what? I'm sorry not to cut you off, but you whine about you want the ball, and you had an opportunity to be clutch, and you blew it. That deserves criticism. Right
100%.
there.
There you go. That's fine. I wouldn't say, hey, get the run game going, because they haven't been doing that for Saquon, but they actually got it rolling. So, I ain't going to piggyback off what you said. Hurts is hurting right now. So, simple as that.
Yeah, no, to feed to your point to the A.J. Brown thing, and I get what you was about to say. It's a team game. I do agree to that. You win as a team, you lose as a team. But when you have antics after the game, even when y'all win, and you bitching, crying, and complaining, you 100%, and then you drop and that's how it goes. Like when you lose, people sort of put a magnifying glass over all the things that contributed to you losing, and then when you were basically giving the team the middle finger, talking about I'm not being targeted or all this other shit, you're gonna catch hell for that. In regards to the Eagles, I just go back to look at their Super Bowl run and our national championship run last year. And I'll say this, it's just hard as hell to go deep into the season, give it everything you have, knowing that in order for you to do that, you had to train hard as shit. And I'm talking about Saquon Barkley. Once you get to the postseason, you're doing all of the media runs, all of your season, all of the opportunities that you've created for yourself because you've played very well and trying to train. You know what I'm saying? There's just a lot that you mentally have to get prepared for to go run for 2,000 yards and to have a successful season, then to come out here the next season and after people have seen you, schemed you, and they're attacking you for you to have all of that success again. So I'm not saying impossible, but there's a reason. And I don't know, maybe y'all know I don't have this. Is there anybody outside of the Patriots who's went back-to-back Super Bowls?
Broncos.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
How y'all two Bronco fans don't even know that? No, I just let you back so I can give you a pass.
I do know that. Hey, man, I'm over here with sausage and egg.
He said, y'all go ahead.
I just think it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Like when you run for 2,000 yards and people know what you got, they're like, yo, we can scheme on you, right? And then people know what Jalen Hurts is doing, doesn't do well, and then they scheme on it.
When you say, I'm sorry, as a running back to running back, when you say you rush for 2,000 and they know what you got, they can scheme on you. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? You mean the actual run play or as a player?
So it's two parts, right? So in order for you to go run for 2,000 yards in the offseason, you had to prime your mind up. Remember, he had just came from New York, right? Mm-hmm. So you're playing with the underdog mentality we're talking about, and you want to prove somebody wrong. For you to prepare for that, there's a lot of step-ups, lunges, conditioning, rest, recovery, the whole nine. You go out here and do that, right? And people don't know how you're going to play within that scheme or when the offensive coordinator call runs that are successful for you. So they have somebody say, okay, what did he do in college well? What did he do in high school well? What did he do with New York well? And they'll scheme things for you within the scheme of their offense. Now, when you go out here, and I've seen Alex run for a whole season, see what he does well, see who his personnel is, and see what defensive fronts that we can adjust to, we start taking away things that force you to get into different sets, right? So people say, they haven't got Saquon running because they can't get him because people are saying like, hey, when this motherfucker runs for 2,000 yards, you actually make the game easier for A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So let's take away this weapon because y'all know how this go. If you establish a run and the rest of that shit is over, you know what I'm saying? You start to dictate how they cover, how they play you. And so I just think that that's an issue. And then I think that, when you don't have that going well, you're depending on your quarterback who was never intended to be this, 5,000-yard passer to produce the offense or have the offense run through him. I think that's why they're struggling. I think that's what you seen last night. People know how to scheme on them now.
Oh, there it is. Okay, got you.
I don't know if I answered your question.
No, absolutely, you did.
DJ, you finished with breakfast?
Yeah, I'm finished.
All right. You want
my takeaway is, listen, the Eagles better start winning quickly, and especially for Jalen Hurts, because of his monotone personality, right? It was cool when they was rocking and winning championships. He's walking into the facility with the one earring, like Mike, wearing outfits, and they, putting comparable photos up that Michael Jordan, just the swag, that confidence. But to leave a game and have 5 turnovers and get to the podium, and have no emotion, trust me, that's not going to sit well with the Eagle fan base, especially if they continue to lose, because it's crazy, what people applaud you for. They'll also try to tear you down because very quickly it can become a situation to where, he doesn't care, where he's lost his fire. He never had no fire. Yeah. He's always been this even keel individual. So that was the one thing that I saw was even after all of those turnovers, there wasn't that that he just, and I'm gonna watch that closely and see, because the Philadelphia Eagles is one of the most ruthless fan bases. Yeah. Look, my lady know as much football as Will. hey, and she already trying to bench you. And she's an Eagles fan. She's an Eagles fan. She grew up in Jersey. So, she's an Eagles, South Jersey. She's an Eagles fan. She over there trying to bench you. I say, if she trying to bench you, imagine what the people that know and understand the game trying to do. Yeah.
Bless you. Well, they after every interception, they would pan in a stadium, which felt like it was like 70% Eagles fans. That stadium was loud for Philly, and they would always pan in on the camera guy would on Eagles fans after every pick or every fumble. And it was just F this, F that, Jalen Hurts sucks. I mean, you could see it. So, he's not on a short leash. He's not on the hot seat. Like, he's going to be the starter this year and in the future. But he's going to catch a lot of flack. And he should. That was a terrible performance.
Yeah, but I'll tell you like this, man. When it goes wrong,
it goes fast.
I was sitting here like, man. Me and John watched it together. I said, I'm having a rough day.
Yeah. That's why, listen, that's why you got to celebrate your rights, man. Hey, I done made it into the CFP. I got a national championship jacket on for 24 years ago.
We're gonna go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I was just gonna say we gotta give some credit over to the Chargers too, and their quarterback coming back after surgery and playing like that. Like that dude got busy.
Yeah.
I think that goes back to just what DJ was saying. He kind of brought the energy that kind of pushed that team to win that game versus Hurts with just being like, okay. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot to be said to give credit to that quarterback coming back after that surgery and balling like that.
I want to add to what Germ said too. Is Germ is 100% true, right? What happened with Detroit last week when Amon-Ra came in to play? They didn't know how many plays he was going to do, but your leader is deciding to put it on the line. And in a situation when your quarterback is a week out from surgery, there is no tiptoeing around it in that offensive meeting. Actually, in the team meeting, it is what is being said is like, listen, the guy's a week out from surgery. We already know he's not going to be 100%. He's about to put this on the line. Everybody need to elevate the fuck up.
Everybody.
Offensive lineman, he don't get touched. Running backs, pass pro, this and that. They gave up 7 sacks. But what did you see? First of all, I don't know if you've ever seen Herbert in person. Oh, my God. My old coordinator would call him beautiful man. Beautiful man. Right? Beautiful man. But to see him continue to get up like that, all that does is put that extra energy and extra boost in you as a teammate.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So we're going to talk a lot about quarterbacks today. Let's move to while the Philadelphia fans may be upset with Jalen Hurts today, I don't think anybody in the NFL is in a worse quarterback position than the Indianapolis Colts. So you've got a playoff team or a team who's in contention for the playoffs, right? They had the lead in the AFC just a short number of weeks ago. Starting to reel a little bit, but now with obviously Anthony Richardson, Riley Leonard, and then with Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones going down now with Achilles out for the year. Man, they're going to bring in the Indianapolis Colts 44-year-old Phillip Rivers.
Let's do it.
And get a look at grandpa, like legitimate grandfather Rivers, who does have a grandkid.
Oh, he actually has one.
Has a grandkid. I just want to hear what you guys have to say about this.
You got to thank Joe Flacco. Just think about it. So what they're probably saying is that, man, look, we just need somebody who can come in and run a base offense.
That's it.
That's it.
From a guy who hasn't played in it's over 5 years.
It's kind of like
been that long?
Yeah, 2020 was his last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
with the Colts.
But just think about this. So they're probably saying, just like, I remember watching George Foreman. This is the first time I ever heard of it back in the 90s. There's like, man, the last thing you lose is your power. Yeah. Right? So they think of themselves like, hey, man, he may not be mobile, but at least he can get the ball where it needs to go. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. Does he run like a quarterback camp, or does he do something to stay active that will make them believe that he still has
he trains he's got a kid who's actually older than Riley Leonard, I believe. I mean, he's got a kid that, he's got kids who play.
No,
10 kids. He's got 10 kids.
He got 10 kids. So
he's active.
He's active, all right.
This is what I'm saying. So they probably thinking like, if he can do enough just to keep us in it versus somebody who knows nothing. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, what are your other options? You don't have any.
I have a great option. You collude. You reach out to the Giants. Reach out to the Giants. Reach out to the Bengals. Release your third string quarterback, Jake Browning. Release somebody. Nobody's going to pick these guys up off waivers. At least give yourselves an opportunity to win. This is giving up.
But
it's not.
People think collude.
Yeah, they're going to want something.
Do something.
Hey, but just think about this, right? This actually shows you why they value quarterbacks so much, because they're that hard to fire.
Yeah, no doubt.
When you start to go to somebody who's 44, been retired for 5 years, and pick them up off the couch versus somebody who's active and in the game, that lets you know how far down the value of a legitimate quarterback.
So with 1 year in Denver, we put 9 running backs on IR. 9. We put 9. So this happens in the league on every team more often than people think. It just usually doesn't happen with the quarterback, but it happens in other positions. And so 1 year in Denver, we put 9 quarterbacks on IR. That Wednesday morning meeting, Shanahan steps in front of the team, and he's like, hey, we got 3 new faces in there. We ain't never seen them. He goes, everybody knows the situation that we're in. here are the 3 new guys. He says, whoever practices the best these 3 days, you'll be starting on Sunday. He says, I'm getting my roof done right now. And my roofer said, hey, I used to play.
No, he didn't.
He said, I actually had a conversation with Gary Kubiak about looking at his tape. Like, that's how down bad we are. But yeah, the fact that they're bringing in Phillip Rivers isn't by accident. You got to understand, you need to bring in somebody that knows and understands your system. So, Joe Flacco, that situation is an anomaly, right? At the end of the day, they still believe that they have a chance to run the table. They can't change and restructure their offense. They feel that bringing in a 44 Phillip Rivers who has a relationship, that's what you got to always look and understand. Like, sometimes it isn't always bringing the best guy. It's bringing a guy that played for you 5 or 6 years where you know him inside and out, and he has some knowledge about your system. They believe he'll be able to pick up that system faster and go ahead for this playoff Super Bowl run than to bring in somebody that's never played under their tree. They don't know what he does well and what he doesn't do well. And just think about this, bringing in a running back, right? When we went through those 9 running backs, people didn't understand how vital that is because besides left tackles, who's also protecting the running back in his blind side, right?
Quarterback,
quarterback in his blind side, the running back. Mm-hmm. So what do you value more? Do you value a guy that has speed and can run, can break tackles, but has no idea about fucking pass pro? Or a guy that's kind of middle of the road and everything else?
But he understands pass pro.
But when you make these pass pro checks, he's going to be able to protect your quarterback. So this happens a lot in the NFL, and most times you always find somebody that has a relationship with that coach. Listen, they'll even dig in the vault and bring in guys that they knew from college because they understand how quickly they'll learn and what they do well.
So what's that tell y'all about Anthony Richardson? What y'all think they're going to do with him in the offseason if he ain't getting in now?
But I thought he was injured.
He's
hurt?
He's hurt.
Yeah, he's not available.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
But it let me know he was hurt because I thought that Daniel Jones was, because remember he had a fibula issue.
Yeah.
And I thought that the fibula issue, I thought he was holding on because he was trying to fend off Anthony Richardson. But when they said Phillip Rivers, I said, oh, Anthony Richardson must be really hurt. But what injury did he have? Do y'all know?
Who, Richardson?
Yeah,
I look it up. I don't know. But, you'd think there'd be somebody on a practice squad and that you could have, brought in. Is there any other position in sports?
You know what? It's probably too, though. The confidence booster, too, for the team. You bring in an old veteran quarterback that's been there and done that, and you be like, all right, well, we could at least still have a chance to win with this guy.
Yeah.
You bring somebody that's on the practice squad or something that's a rookie or a couple years or they don't believe in him.
Let me ask you this. How old was Tom Brady? Was he 45 when he won?
Ooh, he was about 43, I think.
When he won with Tampa Bay? I'm telling you, the longer these guys play, the more you start to consider people. But for whatever reason.
Is there any other position in sports where you'd have to bring somebody out of retirement to fill a need? Like this, like that's whether it's been 4, 5, or 6 years since Phillip Rivers has played in the NFL, is there any other, it just feels like NFL quarterback is so specialized. Yeah. You would never do this for a receiver. You'd never do this for a safety, right? I don't think you would come out of retirement for a running back.
You do it for a DN, pass rusher.
Okay.
Pass rusher has as much premium as a quarterback. And again, you bring in a guy, right? He got a slap rip. He got an arm over. He got a fake spin. That's all he needs. You're trying to get 15 to 20 plays out of him. Hopefully he can pressure the quarterback 4 or 5 out of those plays and get a sack. Besides those 2 positions, I don't see a player being able to come off the couch and actually help a team in roster.
Pitcher in baseball, I could see. I don't know that it's ever been done, but come in and throw 12 to 15 pitches to close a game out. Maybe I don't know. Yeah. But you got so many pitchers on a roster. Like to need that would be pretty crazy.
So Richardson, he was warming up. The band snapped off. The opponent he was using hit him in the eye. He had to have surgery. He's been on injured reserve since. Wow. What I just read also is
wait, what?
Yeah, he got hit in the eye with a band.
With an exercise band?
Yeah, warming up. So it popped off a pole and hitting.
Whoa, pause.
And I'm just reading what they
Popped
said.
off a pole and hit me in the eyes. Crazy.
And then Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard actually is week to week or day to day with a knee. So that's makes a lot of sense.
Hopefully for the Colts, he's an emergency situation. Phillip Rivers and Riley Leonard can go. All right, we're going to keep talking quarterbacks. So let's talk a little bit about Sunday's game between the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. We saw Shedeur Sanders face off against Cam Ward, DJ, big Miami guy. Yeah. So, Tennessee got the win. Shedeur, man, looked phenomenal.
Can't do that.
Yeah, DJ.
But Jeremy's boy, Kevin Stefanski, fumbled the game.
Yep.
Kansky.
Yep. So look,
what's up, DJ?
Look. Back when betting on the NFL by players was legal, right? Like every time Vilma and I played, we would have wagers on the game, right? It would be money based on stats and performance and then actually win. We played them. I had 15 tackles. Did I have a pick or a forced fumble? Vilma had 1 tackle, but they won the game. And by how we placed our money and wagers in each statistic, I ended up having to pay him $10,000. So what's more valuable?
The win
or the player's performance? Nah, see how I can see how I can I'm fucking with you. See how I can Chinese math that? See how I can Chinese math that? Nah, look. I loved it because all that shit Cam Ward talked off season.
And listen,
to go first overall, to win the Heisman, to go into a better situation. I think this just shines light on actually how screwed up, how messed up that whole draft selection situation was.
Bad.
How they purposely tried to blackball the young man. And again, I'm happy that he's balling and the truth is coming out, and we are all seeing like, damn, this was a collusion against him. This. Did I just use your word, Brian? I ain't never knew that word before today.
It's you too.
Hey, start with the facts. Get educated.
So, you said all of the NFL was against him being Shedeur, right? The Browns took him, but now there's a whole group of fans that think now the Browns are colluding against Shedeur by bet. So I don't understand how both are true. How the Browns believed him enough to go against 31 teams or the collusion of the NFL, but then when they got him, they stuffed him in a locker and they're just trying to keep him there. That doesn't that narrative has never made sense to me.
This happens often. I'll just give a quick scenario. Everybody remember Michael Sams?
Michael Sams, yep. Play for the Rams.
Yeah. Michael Sams was a defensive player in the SEC. What does that mean?
Missouri, right?
Yeah. What does that mean? In college, he the baddest motherfucker alive.
Player of the year, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He went undrafted.
No, he went to
hold on. Watch this. A defensive player of the year in the SEC historically never got drafted after the 3rd round. Michael Sams went undrafted. Or he went like 6th, 7th round.
Yeah.
He went to the Rams. If you look at the last pick. Hold on, listen, If you look at the history of the Rams and what they brought in the previous 3 to 4 years was pass rushers. When we talk about collusion, it's on a level to the point to where there's no punishment for it. So here's what my belief is, just knowing football, right? Because it was all about, is the NFL ready to have an openly gay player in the league? What is the narrative? How are the players going to react? Right? So if the league isn't ready and the players aren't ready, okay, how can we remove this individual without getting backlash? Well, you make a deal with a team that has a built-in excuse on why he didn't make the team. He didn't make the Rams team because the Rams brought in 5 pass rushers the 2 or 3 years prior. So when he got released, there was a built-in excuse. We never heard, he went to the Cowboys. That was, hey, Jerry Jones would do anything crazy. 2 weeks after that, we never heard of him again.
All right.
I believe that was more about the NFL not being ready to have an openly gay player because of the reactions and the players, right? And so that's what I say, like the collusion level. So there's deals that are being made. I honestly believe that deals are being made. Hey, take this guy, do this, do that, but kind of keep him under the radar. Let's put a cap on it.
Well,
right?
I'll say this. I wanted to say this into the. So you remember that Michael Sam's? You know that was Michael Sam's fault, though, right?
Well, let me tell you why, though, Mo. So here's why, and I know this because I got relationship with individuals. So
you got
the
sources.
way, I got sources. Listen, so at the end of the day, when somebody's thinking about drafting Alex, they go to all the coaches on his staff, even some of his high school coaches, and say, hey, what is Alex about? Tell us how he is, character as a person. Now, if you withhold valuable information that could make this pick a bad pick in the future, you're out of the network. So
Correct.
What was happening was Michael Sams knew that was going to happen. His whole team for 2 years knew about his sexuality. Everybody kept it under the wraps. But now you're about to go through the NFL evaluation. So what he did was, instead of leaving it and letting the situation be in secrecy, he decided to get in front of it. Now, I think he went a little too far.
That's what I was about to talk about.
He went a little too far because, again, I think some of his antics, and it's hard, man, because you deserve to live your life the way you want to live your life. But again, we all got bosses. You know, there's when you're into a league or a system, I don't want to say rules, but there are these unspoken things that you got to kind of follow in guidelines.
I ain't never heard you this PR-ish. Listen to me.
Hey, it's 2 subjects that you got to tip.
So Brian, let me say it in the.
Come on,
Michael.
Reed.
Yeah, no. So Michael's. Okay,
Hey, you don't lose a committee. Remember your committees.
Nah, football's it's a very masculine sport. We all know that, right? And so where I felt, this is just my opinion, where I felt he was probably ill-advised or mismanaged on draft day when the cameras were in his face, he sat there with his boyfriend. And so just visually, you got you and your boyfriend on ESPN, national TV. Somebody has to tell you that no matter how hard you feel or how dedicated or what you feel America should accept, America just ain't ready for this. You know what I'm saying?
It was tongue kissing too.
Man,
Yeah,
and it was smashing cake all in the
each
dude.
other's
That
face.
was pause, but that was crazy.
Yes,
you can't do that.
It was like it was like it was something that you just never seen. Football is supposed to be, you know, very masculine, dominated.
I don't remember that from
Yeah,
draft day. But
and
okay.
I think that's
That's how deep they buried it, Brian.
that's pause.
Slow down.
Anyways,
Slow down.
back to Shedeur.
Slow down.
Hey, I don't know how we got there, but hey, man, listen.
Miami guy got us there. I know how we got there.
Hey, DJ, man, we gotta talk, man.
What's up?
Shedeurr over Cam.
As far as what? He beat him. He had a better game, but I don't think that he's a better player.
Woo! I do.
Like I said, y'all, okay, just that one play where Cam is getting sacked and how he threw the guy off him. Just like, look.
Oh,
Hey,
that was
right,
more of a
brother,
clown tackle than it was Cam throwing somebody off.
But
him.
Well, the issue is, Germ, you don't have an argument because I got 10 or 11 games that I can pull highlights of Cam Ward, and you got like 62 plays. See what happens? No. And who won?
Hey, yeah, they
Why?
won.
Hold on. At the end of the day, what is in the history books? The win and the loss. In the history books, it's not going to say Cam, Shedeurr do for 300 yards, whatever. It's going to say Titans,
Cam never
Cleveland,
threw for 300
and
yards
there's going to
this
be
year.
a W next to the Titans. It sucks.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, I was confused. You said he got the head-to-head. You mean just he played
Yes,
better?
yeah, he played better.
But it was
Listen,
versus the Titans.
When
though,
you
man.
got an incompetent coach like Stefanski, doing going for 2 points twice when all you had to do was just kick the extra point. When you got an incompetent coach like that, I mean, Shedeurr is up against it. But 3 weeks of practice, 364 yards passing, dimes all over the place, ran for a touchdown, got his shirt ripped off. You talk about Cam Ward throwing people off. I mean, look at what Shedeurr was doing. Yeah,
Man,
give this dude.
Titans.
But look, this dude had no practice in the offseason with the ones. He had no practice with the ones all year, except for 3 weeks ago. And I know we coming for y'all too, so get ready. We're gonna have this discussion next year.
Next year, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we got the. Do we play the Nealers? We don't play the Nealers the rest of the year.
Let me see.
But we coming for y'all. Y'all
schedule.
gonna be in quarterback need because after Rodgers dip up out of there this year, y'all gonna be fishing. So we coming for y'all. But anyway.
No, they got 2 games left. Steelers play the Dolphins and the Lions.
Man. But anyway, my point is, Shedeurr did a lot with less preparation. Your boy Cam, much respect to him, but this dude had off season. He had offense tailored around him pretty much. He had all season, and he didn't look that good.
What offense does he have tailored to him? You confused
I'm
me.
just saying, if you draft a dude number 1,
Yeah,
you're gonna make sure that
Worst team.
Yeah, but you're gonna make sure that offense is catered to your number 1 draft pick.
The scheme, not necessarily the players.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no.
They ain't got no players.
I'm lying. Browns play the Steelers.
Look at last game of the season.
Yeah.
No, the last game of the season is with the Ravens.
Ravens, okay.
Where
But
is
to
it?
add-
What's the date?
Cleveland.
What's the date?
December 28th.
That's my brother's birthday.
Yeah.
Be in Florida.
Yeah,
To add to the collusion,
Let's
though,
go. Hopefully they play
Hang on,
too.
DJ.
fellas, to add to the collusion. No, I'm just saying. The only highlights I saw of Shedeurr was that touchdown to bring it in within 1, and then the play when he got pulled out. I didn't watch the game.
okay.
So what I'm saying is the highlights on ESPN. They didn't show everything that you spoke about, Jern,
wow.
the 360 yards of throwing. Again, I don't know if I got a different ESPN or something.
What was that?
All I saw was the touchdown, and then when they pulled him out and he shook his head. So I was surprised the next day when I woke up and I looked at the stat line. I said, "Oh, Jern finna fucking give it to me," because I would have been talking in the thread.
Right.
So the collusion has to be real, and that's what I mean. It's bigger than just
But
it's the
DJ,
NFL. I didn't see no.
DJ, the Browns are not smart enough to collude. Look what the Browns did with Deshaun Watson. Everybody knew to stay away from Deshaun Watson. The Browns jumped in, number 1. Number 2, nobody had guaranteed money like that ever, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Browns, pissed off every NFL owner and the emblem, the NFL, by doing that. The Browns aren't colluding.
They got a big real estate deal on the back end somewhere.
The Browns drafted Shedeurr Sanders, and I don't think they draft him to stuff him in a locker.
I
That makes no
think
sense.
there's a disconnect in the front office. That's the problem.
Let me ask you this. Do y'all think that was billionaire bullying?
With who?
Like when Brian just said it, I was saying to myself, like, I ain't got that much money with the Haslams. They got fucking shit tons of money. And it's levels to thinking. I'm just thinking to myself, like, I know how to fuck with these niggas.
Guarantee it all.
Hey, these niggas depend on this shit. I got gas stations and all type of other shit going on, man. I don't really give a fuck about giving no nigga $50 million, but Brian gonna give a fuck about giving somebody $50 million.
Other teams not in that same situation.
Yeah, I just wonder, do like you have billionaire bully games?
Oh, of course.
Well,
So we're going to keep it in the NFL. We're going to talk about the Ravens Steelers. So, Alex, I told you this yesterday afternoon we were catching up. When you looked at that stat sheet between the Ravens and the Steelers, Ravens won every statistical category in the game on Sunday. Total yards, rushing yards, passing yards, time of possession, third down efficiency, fourth down efficiency.
Oh, yeah, close, but we had the third down efficiency. We had the passing yards.
Okay, well, most major categories. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the stats were very much in favor of the Ravens, yet they walked away with an L. Why is that?
We made more plays.
There you go.
Right, we wanted it more. That's what it come down to. After watching the game and then recapping it yesterday again, watching it on YouTube, we just made more plays. Our rushing game and our run defense has to step up for us to continue to win and to be competitive for the rest of the season. Yeah, we got to figure that out. I'm okay with individual efforts on the defense. Cole Holcomb leading the team in tackles. You know, him coming from that devastating knee of his injury. That's all great. But we didn't do too bad either. But when you think about Henry, he rushed. We kept him down, I think, 3.8 yards a carry.
Yeah, 94 yards.
94 yards, but was it 3.8, something like that? But anyways, under 100. But still, man, we got to be able to figure out what we're going to do for the rest of the season. But we got the dub. But I'm never satisfied, never happy.
I'm happy for you, Alex.
Yeah.
No, like genuine happy. That's it. I ain't got nothing to say.
Nice. So it ain't all smoke. It ain't all smoke this week.
Listen. It was never smoke, bro. I just had to get you off the fence. Remember, misery loves company. You see, the rest of us, we're up and down depending on our team. We just wanted you to come and play in the same sandbox. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I'm more of that Jalen Hurts, you know, just chill, calm, you know, realistic.
I think Lamar Jackson got to get healthy, man. He don't look right.
That too.
I think that's the problem. I don't know what's going on. It's got to be an injury, man. It's just lingering. This dude doesn't look explosive. He can't escape the pocket. Like, his capability is just not the same. And you could tell. So he looked like he aged in front of our eyes. And then, you know what
I don't know if you ever pulled a hamstring before, but
thank God.
That's one of them things that even though you clear, you still think in the back of your mind, these are my money makers.
Yeah.
If I pull this to get them out of the game, I can't help my team at all, and it hurts like hell.
And they nagging, right?
Yes.
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 This goes back to the same thing: make you laugh, make you cry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you have your team built around like the explosive and dynamic play of one person, it's just rough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this is when I remember we were talking about last week or the week before last when I said the Steelers kind of held on to Ben Roethlisberger too long. Yeah. And you so wrapped up into one player. This is kind of like Lamar Jackson. If you ask yourself, same thing going on with Kansas City. Like, do you end up staying with people too long? Or like when you have a superstar legacy player, when you talk about the no matter of fact, I wasn't even talking about football. I was talking about basketball, and we were talking about Draymond Green on It Is What It Is. And what happens when you have somebody who's so much a part of the brand and so they've been not polarizing, but they've been what you're known as. Like, how do you move on for them, or when do you start to replace them? And like, what is the right time? And when you look at Lamar Jackson, you know, I'm not saying that he's old, but when do you start to shuffle in new people to even start to build them to move on?
Shuffle in new people like new quarterbacks?
Like, okay, like I just look at this different. Like to me, where people look at these guys as like personalities, I just look at them like the shelf life of an asset, right? At the end of the day, to me, I don't give a fuck if it was Lamar Jackson or whoever. I would have to say, what is the shelf life of this person? And like how much dynamic play when you get around them. And I think when you start talking about what they do for the community and, you know, how do people relate to them, I think like you have to take that into consideration. But again, like I remember I was watching an interview with Allen Iverson. He was like, man, I don't even think I could touch the rim. Right. And as great as he is, and as like all these memories I have of AI, at the end of the day, Jeremy just jokingly said it. But when you say you're watching somebody like age, you're literally watching them age, just like we're watching Travis Kelce age, just like we watch Draymond Green age, we watch Klay Thompson age. And I just think like when do you start to move on from people? Like, because with all due respect, Aaron Rodgers is popular and he is the active version of what Phillip Rivers is. He's just been more active. But like guys get old, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. And I just ask yourself, like, when do you start? Like, when is the appropriate time to move on from, like, people who are super popular or people who still fill your stands?
And Mo, I love that you brought up that NBA analogy, because when I saw the topic for today, that's the first thing that I thought. Like, look at the last 2 years of the NBA. What have we seen? You still had LeBron, you still had Steph, but what was it? A bunch of rising stars, right? You have the Indiana Pacers, right? You had the Cleveland started to come on.
Yes.
You have all of these, and really what you start to see is like the game has started to change. And it's easy to pinpoint it in basketball, right? The actual structure of the game. In basketball, instead of having, you know, the big three, it became a situation where, we're going to have 10 players that can run, pass, and shoot, and run all day, and run y'all old ass into the ground.
1,000%.
This weekend, as I was watching
the
NFL, I'm like, I'm hanging on to the Patrick Mahomes. I'm hanging on to the Lamar Jackson. I'm hanging on to the guys with names, but I'm saying, like, I still believe you can win with them, but what does that rebuild look like? Like when I watched the Chargers last night, sometimes I felt like they had 7 DBs on the field, and it just seemed like a bunch of young, fast guys that could just be athletic and catch the ball. So it might even go into the coaching staff as well, but like I can't figure out what it is, but after watching football this weekend, something has changed. Just like, again, 2-3 years ago in the NBA, where all of our superstars, they were going into games, they were going into series, and they were losing. And we were like, how the hell is this happening? It was easy for me to understand that, like, oh, the Indiana Pacers have at least 8 or 9 guys that can play 1 through 4, can run, can pass, can shoot. Oh, my God, they've sped this game up, and they're doing it by committee. I'm trying to figure out what's happening in football, but it does seem like the names and the stars are falling. I really think it's the job of the NFL to now change of guards to start pushing and promoting these guys. But I don't know what their deals are like or whatever, but there's so many young stars, that I don't know their names that need to start getting credit.
This room, we sat here and talked about quarterbacks, top quarterbacks, MVP candidates. This was 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. And I think everybody in the room agreed in different orders. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes were the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL. Are you guys suggesting that in 2 or 3 short months, Lamar, like the Ravens, should be thinking about moving on from Lamar Jackson?
Me, yeah.
You, okay.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Why?
Yeah. So it's just asset management, right? So just like I went up and down about where the Kansas City Chiefs were at, right? Maybe in the moment I'm speaking too soon, but when you have to look at the overall body of work throughout the season, I'd say, okay, where are we at with this guy? I still think Patrick Mahomes is the most dominant player in professional sports in general. Keep him there, put some other pieces around. Somebody like Lamar Jackson, he doesn't have the skill set. Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts kind of sit in the same box for me, where they take, okay, let me explain.
How I know what he's saying, how they play.
How they play, yeah. And so you need complementary pieces around Jalen Hurts in order for Jalen Hurts to do what he does. You don't need complementary pieces the same way with Patrick Mahomes. You just need receivers who can catch the fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? With Jalen Hurts, if he doesn't have the running back, he's not about to go out here and throw for 4,000 or 5,000 yards. Like you're seeing him fail in front of your face when he's required to do what most traditional quarterbacks do. That's what I'm saying with him. With Lamar Jackson, he's dynamic on his feet, but once the feet slows down, I don't want to say it's a wrap, but he doesn't pose the same threat, or the offense that was designed for him to have success in it's not the same. And so I think that you look at those two different. So I would say to myself, like, okay, if I see this right now with how old is Lamar Jackson? 29, 30 years old?
Close to 30.
Okay, so let's round him out to 30. You start having hamstring issues, bro. The body is the body. Like you like your body just starts to break down. You start to be a little bit slower. It's not to say you can't be dynamic, but you're not the same person. Do I wait until you're 33, 34, 35 and then go get a young guy out of the draft? No, I start grooming somebody now and start to see, what do you look like? What does this thing look like? I'm talking about if I'm managing the assets of a professional football team. That's just my opinion.
Go ahead, sorry.
And if I'm managing you, I have to say, hey, what do you want to do with a football player? Get them when they still have value. What happens when Lamar starts tanking? Who the fuck is going to want him? I would rather sell you out on the upswing and say, okay, can I bring Brian in? Brian's a traditional quarterback. He doesn't depend on his legs. And I can go assemble some other pieces, shop him out, but then I have a team. We just sat here and said the same thing with the kid down the Texans. We seen the so think about this. The kid who was a quarterback who was playing for C.J. Stroud?
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills, right? We just sat here and seen him go out here and win some games, right? Because they have an awesome defense. Lamar probably makes $40 million. So if I'm saying to myself, like, all right, motherfucker, I can go get a whole lot of defenders to have a great defense, get an okay quarterback, and build the system around who else I have. And so that's just my opinion on it. I'm not saying if I'm right or wrong, but that's just how I would think through it if I was managing a team. I would do the same thing, but I would do it with Lamar Jackson, right? I think what's asked of him is too much, right? As he starts to get a little bit older, you lose a step
just like I said in the NBA, I still look at the Ravens team, and you look at Henry, and it's like, hey, maybe we throw in 2 or 3 more dynamic piece guys. So instead of having Lamar have to make these, 8 to 10 dynamic plays a game, we bring it down to 3 to 4, because I still believe within those 3 to 4 in the open field, he's still one of the most explosive guys.
We can
right?
agree.
So
Yeah.
so I like the NBA model is athleticism by committee, right? Just like in Pop Warner. In Pop Warner, you had the one kid that's faster than everybody. You just toss him the ball, and he just runs. As you start to go up in leagues, he gets a little slower. You need to have a guy you can toss, give a reverse, another guy go another way. So, at the age that he is, and how great of an athlete that he is, and I think he's
28.
28.
yeah. It's not time to hang it up. But again, I think by now it's time for him to start transitioning into more of a natural quarterback role. And the funny thing is I guarantee if we pull up his stats and look at it, he's probably considered a pocket passer. I just think when he runs and he does these things, they're so dynamic that's what sticks in our mind. But again, it's these little tweaks. If they have 10 plays a game for him dialed up, bring it down to 5. I mean, with him running and showing his athleticism, bring him down to 5, and then bring in 1 or 2 other guys that can execute those plays.
That food got you over there gassy.
I was going to say, would you have some chorizo or something?
I agree.
Hot lanes get you.
I think.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I agree with that, DJ. But I think you put some money into getting this dude healthy, man. I think he's still got some years left. But at the same token, I would say go the Green Bay route. Just go into the draft, try and find that next guy, and sit him behind Lamar.
And groom him for 7 years.
Well, I don't know about 7 years.
Well, I mean,
but
Lamar
I'm just saying.
Jackson's 28 years old.
I would definitely.
What
but-
superstar,
but you
top 3 talent in the NFL are you?
Well,
Sorry, Reese,
you're
grooming their backup already.
Yeah, so
You have a quarterback in his 3rd contract.
You don't know how many years Aaron Rodgers had. You didn't know how many years Brett Favre had, but they still was smart enough to go into the draft and get that
when those
quarterback.
guys were 35
And then
years old.
when they see that quarterback was legit, they let that guy go. So when you go into the draft and you get another quarterback, you groom this guy or you develop this guy. If this guy starts to show, hey, look, he could be that guy. Lamar, you out of here. Next guy up.
Can I say something? These are just the facts, right? So DJ said that if I looked up his stats, it would show that he's the quarterback, and DJ is correct, right? For the mass majority of the time when they won, his passing yards and his rushing yards were comparable. You had a 2,700-yard year in 2021, 2020, 2,800-yard year. This is passing in 2021. In 2022, it was 2,200 that he passed for. Last year, he had 4,100 yards passing, right? So the more that he's required to be a quarterback, the more they lose. That's what I'm telling you, right? This is just my conclusion of it. And I just think that what y'all are saying, that he's not built for that. Just like Jalen Hurts isn't built to be a traditional quarterback. I think the majority of these guys' careers were built on having the ability to run and having the ability to pass. And when I look at this, I'm like, okay, he's 7 years and he has all of that taxing shit on his body. Like, at the end of the day, this is the NFL and you're running for thousands of yards, right? You're rushing for thousands, you pass for thousands, just that much. I just think it's wear and tear on the body, and I want to get rid of my asset while I have some value. That's all I was saying. I just still believe that 7 years is a lot of time in the NFL for anybody at any position. Like, how did you feel, DJ, year 7 versus year 1?
Or just wait.
I had a
We
meeting.
started the show talking about Phillip Rivers at 44 years old coming back to play quarterback. And now we're going all the way to the other end of the spectrum saying 7 years is wear and tear on the body.
When Phillip Rivers was 24, he couldn't move or run. You got to remember, I played Phillip Rivers 18 times to 20 times. Listen, the MO on Phillip Rivers is you got to get him off the spot. He will never run. He will never leave the pocket in the back, out the back to the right or to the left. He's going to step up, and even when he steps up, he's stepping up to throw it. There was you talking about we would do man-to-man coverage with your back to the quarterback, knowing that even if he saw a gap, Phillip Rivers wasn't going to take off and run. So Don't do that, Brian. I'm trying to just. I saw your lip ready to pause when I said gap. I said pause. Hold on, Mo. You didn't see it. So as I'm talking and I said he runs through the gap, Brian said like this. but yeah. So it seems like we're going to the opposite end. But no, Phillip Rivers is gonna stand tall in the pocket.
Yeah.
He's not running. He will not run. He's going to step up, and he'll throw it to the running back. That's it.
But the point that I'm making is when Lamar Jackson ran, they won. As he's been a quarterback, they've lost. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not – you can go to the stats and the facts right here, and I wouldn't compare – to me, it's not apples to apples with Lamar Jackson being, 28, and Phillip Rivers being 24. I just think that Phillip Rivers hasn't taken the beating on his body. I think a Lamar Jackson in year 7 is totally different than any other quarterback being year 7. But it goes down to this. When do you get rid of your assets? You get rid of your assets and when you can get value for them. And there will be somebody to swoop him up. But I need defense. Fuck this. I need defensive players. If I'm building a team, I'm building through defense. That's it. Oh, I guess we're supposed to end on that. My fault. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But
I can go. I mean, this would be a long. This would be a long show. So
make your point.
No, I mean, I agree with Brian, man. It's a hamstring injury, and I agree that he just needs to get healthy, right? Moving your assets, that's real business move, but this is a manly sport, right? He'll be fine. I said, listen, 4 more years at 32, he'll probably still be more mobile than any young quarterback that they bring in as a pocket passer, and probably still be more effective. You know what I mean? He just needs to get healthy, and so I just don't think that mind of moving on for him now, grooming another quarterback for another 8 years or 7 years behind Lamar, that just don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? You got to think about Henry. He's getting older. You got to replace him. Think about giving some more receivers in there who can actually catch the ball. Bateman.
Sorry-ass tight ends. Get rid of all their ass.
Man, it's a lot going on, so they were well in range to beat us, and Lamar threw a pick, but, scrambling, that is part of his game. But earlier, when I was talking, I don't know, a couple months ago, we was talking about generational talents, and I said that Lamar has evolved into that because he can throw the ball. That should be a penalty against him. That should be the coaches getting the right players around him who can, continue to help grow that. So, I don't know. I just ain't ready to Lamar. That's it.
No, I was trying to look up somebody who will be comparable in my understanding, and I was trying to look. I pulled up Michael Vick. And I'm going to, I don't want to do a live on the show right now because I wouldn't have a good argument because I'll be trying to compute information too fast. But I want to go back to when they said Michael Vick was slow down and he was required to be a quarterback. And I want to see did they win or did they lose? And to me, when you're taking people like this, you have to think of athletes who will remind you of them. And when Michael Vick was forced to slow down and become a quarterback, you can see that didn't last long.
You know what?
How old's Josh Allen?
Josh Allen's still young, 26.
Lamar.
I mean, Josh Allen has more rushing touchdowns than any NFL quarterback in history.
Yeah, he doesn't have the injury.
Can I give you 2? Josh Allen is 6'5". Josh Allen built like a fucking tight end.
Yeah, he a bulldog.
No, I get it. But when do we start? So do we give him 2 more years?
Right.
Because
he out there running.
No, but I don't think. But I still think Josh Allen at 6'5", like that's a big burly ass fucking man. Lamar Jackson might be 30 pounds lighter than Josh Allen.
I don't think we're going to solve this today.
You know what? He's a better pocket passer too. Josh Allen can sit in the pocket and throw the ball.
Not better than Lamar, but we don't.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Josh Allen is getting tackled by 185-pound DBs.
Lamar ain't taking hits either.
That's a big difference. Like, and Josh Allen isn't a Ferrari, right? Like, Josh Allen isn't a Ferrari built on speed. Josh Allen is huge. He's athletic. He has size. And when he leaves the pocket, 9 times out of 10, the individual that's trying to take him down, he outweighs him by 20 or 30 pounds. I think that's the difference, right? Like, again, you just look at NASCAR and sports cars. They get the slightest tweak in them. They're not performing as well. Versus you get you know what I'm saying, an old school Stang or old school Mero. That shit loud as fuck, is revving up, blah, 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 blah. That shit going, though. That shit going, you know what I mean?
Hey, you know, so Craig, I'm going to prove this to y'all tomorrow. But you'll see, and I'm going to go off of the Atlanta Falcons. Mike played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He played 6 years with Atlanta before he got into that shit, and then he came back to Philly. But you can see the correlation with his pass touchdowns and his rushing touchdowns. and you can see the victories and hold. I'm gonna make my argument tomorrow because I want to be right.
I can listen. I can tell you right now, he had better receivers in Philly. Off the rip, Jeremy Maclin. He also had Deshaun Jackson.
What point was I about to make?
I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just saying he had more passing yards because he had
something that you don't even know what I'm about to make. The argument.
All right. Well, I think I know where
Maurice
you're going
is very
with it.
passionate about this one.
That's fine. So
So
just make sure you.
he usually doesn't stand on an opinion this long. So can we do it tomorrow?
No, we're going to do it tomorrow. But I just want to tell him that. Yeah, just you. We'll do it tomorrow. I'll send you the same information that I have, so we both have the same information.
Yeah.
And I'll make my point from the information that I have in front of my face. He tried to beat me up on something he didn't even. I say this to my girl all the time. I start talking, and my girl she'll start hammering down.
Hey, stop this. Hey, Will, stop it, Will.
Hold on, wait. Before Will stop it. Bro, you cheating. You the only motherfucker in here with a computer.
Right, yeah. Watch
we coming off we freestyling our facts. Hey, don't let me get to, you know what I'm saying? Look. Hold on. Y'all continue. Let me look up something real quick. Yeah. And then you finding your point and coming out.
Yeah, you know the point. You're right. I don't know what point you might make. I jumped the gun. That's on me.
Yeah, he was. My man was ready to, I was like, damn, I said, can I finish my argument? That was like sensitive with me because everybody got girls, man. Y'all know.
Will stop the show.
Because she be like, I get to going down, she'll jump in the argument, be like, yo, baby, like you responded to something I wasn't even about to talk about. But
hey, man, don't compare me to your girl, man. Don't do that, man.
All right. And tomorrow, 3 p.m., we'll be here. We'll be here 3. Yeah. Monday through Friday, 3 p.m., Sundays at 6 a.m. And Will, you got to take those fucking gloves off. But all right, we go, man.
Peace.